All right, let's dive into this. India. We're talking about Indian culture today.
Mm.
And wow, the stuff we've got to look at is pretty amazing.
It really is.
It really sets the stage for just how incredibly diverse India is. Like, you think about India, and what
Yeah.
comes to mind? Festivals,
Right.
traditions, a
Yes.
kind of variety that you don't really see anywhere else. I
Hmm.
mean, it's just huge. And what we're going to see is how all that history in India, how it's brought together like so many different things.
Mm.
It's really created this like cultural tapestry
A tapestry.
in
Yeah.
like threads that just reach all over the world. I mean, it's global.
Yeah. And when you really start digging into it, looking at the sources we have, the first thing that really hits you is the sheer scale of it all.
Yeah.
We're talking 28 states, 8 union territories. These
Yeah.
are like special administrative areas. Some of them have a unique history or they're strategically important, and they're managed directly by the central government. But the thing is, within this like vast space live over 1.4 billion people.
It's hard to even wrap your head around a number that big.
Yeah, and it's this huge population that naturally leads to this incredible diversity we're talking about. And when you start looking closer at things like language, it really comes into focus.
That's so true. I mean, you've got 22 officially recognized languages, and these are the ones with, constitutional status, government support, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
But then you go deeper, and the sources point out over 19,000 dialects spoken across the country.
It's mind-boggling.
It's just astounding. And I wonder, with all this linguistic variety, how does that actually play out, in how people connect with each other, how they see themselves in a region, how they define themselves?
Well, I think that's such a crucial aspect of it, this richness of language. It's had a profound effect on how regional identities have developed.
Yeah.
Language is often a very strong marker of cultural belonging.
Makes sense.
And historically, it's been a huge driver in fostering those really vibrant local traditions. You see it
Yeah.
in their literature, music, everyday customs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got the official languages and the need for people from different regions to communicate, which has led to some really interesting dynamics in how languages are used and exchanged throughout India.
It's like a constant interplay, right?
Yeah.
Between the local and the national, or at least the broader regional. And it's not just language, is it? I mean, this diversity, this idea of so much variety, it goes beyond just language. You see it in their religious practices as well.
Definitely. I mean, just look at the major faiths present in India. Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, they're all there. It's
Yeah.
incredible how so many of the world's major religions coexist in one country.
You don't really see that anywhere else, do you?
No, not to this extent. And beyond even those, there's this whole fascinating array of local and regional religious traditions,
Oh, interesting.
often really interwoven with specific communities and their unique histories. So this multi-religious landscape reflects centuries of migration interaction, the merging of different spiritual ideas. It's really a melting pot of faith.
And I think one of our sources puts this vastness perfectly. It says, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari,
Wow.
India's culture changes every 100 kilometers.
That's a perfect way to put it.
I mean, it really drives home the point that India isn't a single monolithic culture. It's a collection, a mosaic of so many distinct cultural expressions.
It's like each region is its own little world with its
Mm.
own flavor, its own traditions, its own way of life. And yet they're all connected, part of this greater whole.
Yeah. And speaking of vibrant expressions, let's talk about festivals. This is where the sources really highlight how central these celebrations are to Indian culture.
Oh, absolutely.
We've got Diwali, the festival of lights,
Yes.
symbolizing the victory of good over evil.
Right.
Holi, the festival of colors.
Holy. So much fun.
That marks the arrival of spring. Eid, celebrated by Muslims worldwide. Christmas, Pongal, a harvest festival,
Yeah.
especially important in South India, where they give thanks for, bountiful harvest.
Right.
And Navratri, a 9-night festival dedicated to the divine feminine, celebrating different forms of the goddess.
Wow, that's quite a list.
It is.
Yeah.
And what's really fascinating is how these festivals act as this, unifying force.
Yes.
Despite all the religious and regional differences we just talked about, they bring people together in shared celebration. What do you think it is about these festivals that creates that sense of unity?
That's such a great question. I think, for example, you look at Diwali, and even though it's rooted in Hindu tradition, people of all different faiths exchange sweets and greetings.
True. True.
Or Holi, where the act of throwing colors on each other just kind of breaks down social barriers, at least for that day.
Like everyone's equal in a shower of color.
Exactly. And it's so visually striking. The material even describes Holi as a celebration of joy and forgiveness, where people throw colored powder and water at each other. It's not just about the colors, it's about that playful interaction.
Yeah, that's such a great description.
It fosters camaraderie, breaks down everyday social distinctions. It's almost like a visceral reminder of our shared humanity.
It's a beautiful image, really. A visual and emotional reminder of what unites us. But all right, let's switch gears a bit from this vibrant scene of Holi to something equally diverse and fascinating. Food. The food culture of India.
Oh, yes, one of my favorite topics.
And our sources really underscore how the culinary landscape of India is like a mirror, reflecting the country's geography, the diversity of its people, and the incredible variety of its flavors.
Absolutely. And I think a good way to approach understanding Indian cuisine is through its regional distinctions.
Okay.
So you've got North Indian cuisine, often characterized by, richer dishes, creamier sauces like butter chicken,
Buttered chicken, oh yeah.
and various types of bread like naan.
The perfect pairing.
Then you have South Indian cuisine with its emphasis on rice-based dishes.
Right.
Think dosa, which is like this thin, crispy crepe.
So young.
Idli,
Yeah.
which are steamed rice cakes.
Okay.
And these are often served with, flavorful lentil stews called sambar.
Okay.
Then there's East India with its own unique flavors. Rasgulla, a sweet, syrupy dessert, and momos, which are steamed dumplings.
Yeah, momos.
And, of course, West Indian cuisine, known for things like vada pav, which is a potato fritter in a bun.
Vedapa, oh, I've heard of that.
And dokla, a fermented chickpea flour cake.
Oh, wow. So much variety.
It is. And it's amazing how distinct these regional cuisines are, almost like they belong to different countries, as you said.
It's true. And you can't forget about street food. Beyond all those restaurant dishes, our sources point out the incredibly vibrant street food culture, which is just such an integral part of daily life in India. You have chaat, which is this broad category of savory snacks with like a real mix of textures and flavors.
And an explosion of flavor.
Then there's pani puri, those crispy fried dough balls filled with spiced potatoes, chickpeas, and flavored water.
Oh, so good.
And of course, samosas, those delicious fried or baked pastries
A classic.
with savory fillings. There's just so much to explore.
It really is.